oxygen. Time Warner Cable is bringing you more entertainment than ever before. Time Warner Cable, the very best in TV, keeps getting better.
Behind the scenes, openly gay men and women have never been as important as they've become in the last few years.
The whole world's gone gay!
Hollywood has embraced gay characters and plots, but is the growing gay presence on screen more than America can accept? How gay is too gay?
Homosexuality is the love that dares not speak its name, and to some extent, the love that dares not speak its name has become the love that won't shut up.
The gay stigma is always about sex. It's not about wearing a purple silk shirt. It's about sex. Y'all from over here.
For all the closet doors Hollywood has flung open recently, there's great frustration that some people still can't come out.
There aren't that many actors who are openly gay. I think it makes it a lot harder for their career. There's no doubt about it. And that's a shame.
Hollywood tries to keep its gay stars a secret, but the public wants to know. Gays are the hot subject.
The number one question I get is, who's gay in Hollywood? It comes down to who's got a secret.
I hear that everybody is gay. I mean, sooner or later somebody tells me that the Queen of England is gay. I guess it's a game. It's a great game.
It's a game that's getting trickier now that some, especially the media, don't want to play anymore.
I just have one job here, and it's to tell the truth. If you want to live a public gay life, then don't expect the press to kind of cover that up.
MSNBC reports, gay Hollywood comes out. Here now, Forrest Sawyer.
When we first began researching this story, we had the assumption that the growing trend of gays and lesbians on screen in popular shows like Will and Grace must indicate a new tolerance in the place where the images are made, Hollywood. But what we found backstage surprised us. Despite all the openness on screen, Hollywood itself is filled with powerful contradictions regarding the gay minority. Some old rules are changing, others are not. In the next hour, we explore how gay Hollywood comes out.
There are 800 million people watching us right now, and every one of them is thinking the exact same thought, that we're all gay.
19 million tourists a year come to Hollywood just to be close to the stars, where the majority of movies and television shows come to life. Recently, Hollywood's been offering its audiences something different. Many of today's most popular characters are relatively new to the screen.
You're gay! What? A guy sleeps with guys and immediately he's pegged as gay?
Once rare, gay characters and gay storylines now exist all over the small screen.
Television, more than any other medium, is leading the gay revolution as far as representations of our community.
Can I come in?
Oh, come in, come out, we're doing it all.
Off-screen, too, a new generation of gays who work behind the scenes in Hollywood, writers, directors, agents, executives, are increasingly open, visible, and in charge. And they're often the ones bringing the gay characters to the screen.
Speaking of which, though, I've never ever had someone not want to meet with me because I wrote that gay movie last year or something. It's the exact opposite. All right, so the Jack Toby situation is this. You know, we've
young gay writers and producers like Greg Berlanti have become hot commodities. He's in charge of the hit teen show Dawson's Creek, which features an openly gay teenage character. And he just made his first feature film, The Broken Hearts Club.
Hollywood is definitely different. I'll tell you, it's so different. And I don't know, I couldn't tell you why, other than that something broke.
All right, good. Let's take it from the top of the scene with all cameras working. Me and my girlfriend hold hands wherever we go, and I don't even think about it.
I'm Graham, and I like girls a lot.
Filmmaker Jamie Babbitt launched her career with an openly gay movie, But I'm a Cheerleader.
Go, Fremont!
Now she's directing the television show Popular.
I do think it's a trend now.
Career
There's a lot of lesbian women directors that are my age that are the way I am, all gay and out and don't really think twice about it.
Today's generation of young gays say one man, David Geffen, made a world of difference less than a decade ago. Few hold more power in Hollywood than this top movie and music mogul. He was long rumored to be gay, and finally, at an AIDS fundraiser in 1992, Geffen broke his silence.
As a gay man, I've come a long way to be here tonight.
Geffen's bold step profoundly changed the rules for gays working behind the scenes. With the most powerful gay man in Hollywood out of the closet, it seemed like there was no reason for anyone to stay in. But not everyone followed his lead. Even today, not all gay executives and creative types want to go public. Peter Bart, editor-in-chief of Hollywood's top daily paper, Variety, says it's possible for gays to be too often labeled.
They want to be thought of as primarily directors or producers or executives or programmers or whatever, and not as gay people who incidentally have this career as a studio head. I think, and you know something, I think they're smart.
Though the climate is changing for gays behind the scenes, for those appearing on camera, the old Hollywood rules still apply. When your livelihood depends on your sex appeal, even rumors of being gay have to be put down. Actors such as Tom Cruise and Tom Selleck have sued tabloids over allegations that they're gay.
Who can truthfully deny what is so obviously my choice? That is that I am singularly heterosexual.
This is the final recourse against those who have printed vicious lies about me and my family, and I intend to protect my family.
Longtime gossip columnist Liz Smith knows why it's still dangerous for celebrities to be seen as gay, either in rumor or in truth.
The audience doesn't want to see someone who's openly homosexual making love to women or, you know, vice versa. I don't think you'd find any agent or manager in Hollywood who would encourage somebody to come out at the expense of their career.
Few in the entertainment industry challenge the unwritten policy prohibiting stars from being openly gay. This breeds frustration within the gay community.
These folks have a duty to the gay and lesbian community to come out of the closet and say, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm successful, and I'm not ashamed of it because there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Whether it's openly gay celebrities or gay characters on screen, activists believe that influential gays need to be more visible to attack what they perceive as prejudice against them.
Audiences form an opinion about the gay and lesbian community largely from the media. The media has a responsibility to do the right thing.
That impulse to use entertainment to accomplish political ends runs into the most opposition.
On a cultural crusade all across America.
For example, talk radio host Michael Medved feels gays are already overexposed on screen.
If a Martian were trying to examine the United States of America and determine what percentage of us were homosexual, that Martian, would almost surely overestimate it based on the presence on television. So to have such a high percentage of gay characters is a bit awkward.
You don't act gay? What does that mean anyway? Act gay!
Gay characters never arrive quietly. Every step outside the closet door, intentional or suspected, is challenged.
Now, a prominent member of the American religious right claims one of the Teletubbies is gay.
From Making Love on the big screen to Soap, LA Law, and Roseanne on the small screen, America has debated whether gays belong on screens at all. The debate peaked when comedian Ellen DeGeneres made a bold announcement on her television show.
I'm gay.
The historic Coming Out episode scored huge ratings, but also large demonstrations. As the series progressed, the audience dwindled until the show was canceled. The verdict in Hollywood was that to come out and ask for acceptance on screen was just too political.
Action.
There were lessons from the failure of Ellen, and no one learned the new rules better than the creators of Will and Grace. So how does this hit show avoid the dangers of pushing a cause? Very carefully, which makes it all the more intriguing, as we'll see in a moment.
MSNBC investigates tomorrow. Likeable, friendly, but not just the guy next door. 8 times a killer. Tomorrow at 8 on MSNBC.
Nothing says more about the triumphs and challenges for gays in Hollywood today, on screen and off, than Will and Grace. This hit show on the same network that owns MSNBC has to worry about appearing to advance a cause just by having gay characters. The show revolves around best friends Will and Grace, who were once engaged until Will realized he was different.
You two are so sweet together. What's your secret?
I'm gay.
There's also Jack.
There are no straight men. Only men who haven't met Jack.
And Karen.
I haven't seen this many closet cases since the Academy Awards.
Thank you, Nick.
The show was created by Max Muchnick and David Cohan. Muchnick is gay, Cohan is straight. They say they've figured out the secret to success. As long as their show is really funny, they need not worry about how gay is too gay.
And it looks like your new sweetie has turned his back on homosexuals, and not in the good way.
If something's organic and it's right and it's funny, it will go in the show. There's never been a situation that we've come up against where we've thought, ooh, that's too gay, I think we shouldn't do that on the series.
Oh my God, she just
That's
asked
a
him.
very an engine question. We're gonna die. We're gonna die in this car.
Okay, what is that?
But it's more complicated than it seems. Muchnick and Cohan have been very careful. They knew from the beginning how easily gay shows can be seen to have an agenda to do more than just entertain, even funny sitcoms. For instance, revealing choices were made about the 2 gay characters.
When I first read the script, there was never anything in the stage directions that said, Will is this type of gay man.
The lead gay character, Will Truman, is a straight-laced lawyer, played by a straight actor, Eric McCormack.
I walked in, I auditioned, and I met Max and David, and I did me. And when the audition was over, the first thing Max said to me was, you never need be more gay than that.
The more flamboyantly gay character is played for laughs by actor Sean Hayes. Off-screen, Hayes prefers not to identify as gay or straight, which has many wondering.
I'm an actor. I mean, I know I can play gay or straight, and I know Eric can play gay or straight.
Muchnick and Cohan have also been careful with Will's romantic life. Same-sex affection on screen is still controversial.
Hi.
The show avoided the whole issue of dating until after Will and Grace became a hit. And even now, the creators say too much physical contact is not appropriate.
As far as any kind of like gay or sexual situation, it's just kind of like, well, is this something we would necessarily want to see on a sitcom? Does it take you out of the kind of tone that we've worked hard to establish?
Some Will and Grace storylines seem actually to comment on the limitations for gay characters on television.
I just want to know how long I'm going to have to wait until I can see 2 gay men kiss on network television.
Not as long as you'd think.
If some episodes do raise provocative issues, Muchnick and Cohan make it clear that it's all in the name of comedy.
We've never written with an agenda. We've never written with an agenda. I certainly feel like I have a responsibility to put out a strong gay images, but we come to work every day to write a sitcom to entertain the most people that we can every week. That is what I'm doing.
In addition to the millions of viewers at home, a few hundred Will and Grace fans gather outside the studio every week, hoping to see their favorite TV characters up close.
We're dying to see a taping of Will and Grace. We talk about it the day after. We love the show.
One doesn't really get gayness, you know, like it could be. You know, I met this guy down at the bathhouse, and you say, okay, I can't deal with that. But you know.
Muchnick and Cohan have done so well at overcoming resistance in audiences and avoiding controversy that many were surprised when they suddenly spoke out on a gay issue, a ballot initiative opposing same-sex marriage.
On March 7th, Californians will go to the polls to vote either for or against basic civil rights.
Proposition 20.
On his own time, Muchnick shot a political ad featuring the Will and Grace cast, condemning the California ballot initiative. NBC, which was not involved, distanced itself, saying the ad, quote, does not reflect NBC's beliefs at all.
Politicians are still able to get on a soapbox and talk about this as a problem in America. They do that, and at the same time, Will and Grace is in the top 10 of television shows on America. So I don't get that.
Muchnick and Cohan are clear that it's not the goal of their show to change America's opinions about gays.
It's not like people are going to turn on, see Will and Grace and say, ah, look at this. Gays are people too. You need people on the political front lines to further a gay agenda because an entertainment program can't do that.
Some fans of the show, however, do seem to examine how they feel about homosexuality.
It's kind of like making me open my mind to their world because I don't understand them at all. Kind of think that they belong on an island somewhere. So basically that's it. But I mean, I love the show.
And now the audience's love of Will and Grace may be encouraging to other show producers.
All of the shows that are popping up with gay themes, they should all have integrity. It is really all I care about, that they further the cause, that they don't back us up in any way. We have enough trouble out there as it is, I think, and listen to me, I said I didn't want to speak for the cause, and all of a sudden I'm using we. I'm the empress of the gays. Forget that.
At the 2000 Emmys, Will and Grace won television's most coveted awards, but its creators stuck with the jokes.
As a gay man, I cannot believe that I'm saying this, but I think I finally met a girl that I want to sleep with.
Will and Grace's success explains why Hollywood has invited more gays to the party. But the new shows want to take you places Will and Grace wouldn't dare to go. Up next, testing the old rules about getting physical.
MSNBC investigates tomorrow. His neighbor's new.
Will and Grace proved that a gay show can get a large audience, straight and gay, if it doesn't seem to be pushing any particular social agenda. And now Hollywood producers are going further, taking on television's last frontier, same-sex sex.
It's almost the night Jack accidentally falls in love.
Dawson's Creek executive producer Greg Berlanti wanted his gay character Jack to be the first teenager in television history to kiss another boy.
So here we are, a lone train station, no network television to cut to commercial. So kiss me, Jack.
The WB, the network that airs Dawson's Creek, was wary at first.
There was the proper amount of concern that would come from any network that was bold enough to take this kind of step for the first time. Which, by the way, for every other character we have on the show that's straight has kissed 1,000 times, you know?
At Berlanti's insistence, the network decided to go ahead with the Jack kiss episode. Still, Berlanti gave them options.
I said, you know what? I'll shoot it both ways. I will tell this story with no kiss, and I will tell this story with a kiss. You all tell me what you think the best way is. I know what I think.
Jack, hey, what are you doing here?
And I think people realized when we cut it together, the way I wanted to cut it together, that way made the most sense.
I'm not afraid to... Oh, hell, this.
Broadcast television got its first teenage gay kiss. And as long as Greg Berlanti is in charge, it will probably not be the last.
You want to handle those things delicately. because you want to be able to tell the next story too. You know, it's a real, it's not just one war that you're fighting as a storyteller. You know, you're fighting a series of battles.
When it comes to battles in Hollywood, the fiercest ones aren't for kisses, they're for viewers. And if gay material was once risky, now many companies want to join the party. Take, for example, the latest venture from pay cable channel Showtime. It's called Queer as Folk. All of the show's male characters are gay. Some of the actors are not. The network spent millions of advertising dollars daring America to buy a subscription and experience the forbidden, what gay people do in the bedroom.
So what do you like to do? I don't know. Watch TV, play Tomb Raider. I'm in bed.
Showtime asked for attention and got it. Nearly every major newspaper and magazine weighed in on Queer as Folk. Gays themselves often champion today's gay material, but many of those behind Showtime's Queer as Folk are heterosexual, including the network's CEO, Matt Blank.
This is about a group of young people whose lives are portrayed in a way that will be controversial for many, but no one would blink an eye if they were straight. It's very defensible on those terms. We do the programming because we think it's going to be good, because it's different and it's important. If that serves our business needs, great. If it didn't serve our business needs, we probably wouldn't do it.
The gay community can be depended on to support gay-oriented movies and television shows, and Showtime expected that Queer as Folk would find a loyal audience. The network directly contacted gay and lesbian college groups and sponsored gay pride festivals and club parties in cities across America. Showtime even added a new subscription number, 1-800-COMING OUT.
They did grab me. I did not previously have Showtime. So I have gone out and added it to our cable package because I felt like I had to have Queer as Folk.
By the time Queer as Folk premiered, there was a definite buzz. But some of the executives were still adjusting to the sexual content.
I'm not totally comfortable with it, and I don't think it's politically incorrect to say that. Do I believe in it? Do I believe we should be doing it? Absolutely.
All the attention paid off. Queer as Folk became Showtime's highest-rated debut in 3 years. Though you do have to pay to see it, Queer as Folk dislodged the old Hollywood rule that same-sex sex has no place on TV. And perhaps more important, the show reinforced a new Hollywood rule. Going gay can be good for business. With what looks to be a gay gold rush, one might conclude that Hollywood has fully embraced homosexuality. But this current crush hides tougher rules. As we'll see in a moment, for actors, the gay issue is threatening and complicated.
Tomorrow, an unsolved mystery. Still missing after 7 weeks. A young woman, an intern in Washington. What was her relationship to this congressman? NBC Nightly News tomorrow.
Yippee! Woohoo! Yes!
We are in the sweet spot now, baby.
Give me 5. There is no stopping us now.
This
the sky
market
is the limit.
Incredible.
NASDAQ. They expect the NASDAQ to surge above 6,000.
Rather than feel nostalgic for days gone by, a Merrill Lynch financial advisor can help reallocate your portfolio to better navigate today's up and down market.
Isn't even close to running out.
So while we can't bring back the past,
NASDAQ 10,000.
we can make the future something to look forward to.
Iron plus carbon equals steel. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Hydrogen plus oxygen equals water. Kaufman plus Federated equals experience. The Federated Kaufman Fund. The track record of Kaufman, the resources of Federated, and over a century of combined investment experience. The Federated Kaufman Fund, now available through your investment professional.
What makes Gun Acura simply better when it comes to pricing? Them. Us.
1 + 1 = 2.
Them. Us.
Uh-huh.
Them.
They too will do it.
Thank you, sir. Gun.
Thanks for coming in.
For Gun Acura customers, the difference is simply better.
We proudly serve over 40 million passengers a year by taking them to over 8,000 destinations a day for some of the lowest fares available anywhere. You know, if we had wings, we'd be one heck of an airline. We're Via, and we're going places. Today the streets, tomorrow, who knows?
Headliners and Legends tomorrow on MSNBC. He's been entertaining audiences for decades.
He's so endearing.
But behind the scenes, this legend was losing control.
That's when the drinking, I think, kicked in pretty good.
A personal look at the life of Dick Van Dyke on Headliners and Legends tomorrow at 10 on MSNBC. Here again, Forrest Sawyer.
Despite the popularity of gay characters on screen, for actors, it is still risky to play gay, and even riskier to be gay. A convincing gay performance on screen or off may harm future job prospects, especially those romantic leading roles that pay so well. When it comes to the business of hiring actors, Hollywood still operates by rules set long ago.
Playback?
It should have been easy to cast Showtime's Queer as Folk. Unlike most new shows, the series was guaranteed to last a full season, a great job for any actor. Executives at Showtime expected to have their pick of young talent, but they ran into roadblocks.
I was astonished. The agents were counseling their clients not to appear in this show, that they would be typecast as being gay, and that it would be difficult for them to get work once they were finished working on this series.
Road trip, road trip, road trip.
The advisors concerned about their clients' future job prospects were not only heterosexuals.
My manager, who is an openly gay man, who very, very gay positive, very out, very supportive of my being out, he freaked out. He said, "I don't think I want you to do this."
Come on in! Sons are great!
And at the end of the day, we're very, very pleased with where we ended up in the cast, but it does show that there's a lot more narrow-mindedness out there than you would suspect, even in, quote, liberal Hollywood.
And it's not just when those roles demand physical affection. Straight and gay actors worry that one wrong decision could ruin a career, even when, as in the case of Will and Grace's Sean Hayes, the risk pays off.
Yeah, well, I didn't want it. I didn't. I wanted to pursue other things. I just played a gay character in a movie, and it was a big concern of mine. So when I was offered it, I initially turned it down and then gave it a week, and I was like, wait a minute, I want it.
To be here really is just enormous, and this is like double enormous.
I'm not worried about it anymore. I mean, obviously, I got an Emmy. It's like, now I can say, yeah, I'm not worried about it anymore. It's a good show.
As trying as the challenges are for actors playing gay roles, they don't compare to the pressures actors face if they're actually gay, in real life. Liz Smith has reported on society gossip, including the lives of celebrities, for close to 50 years. Her recent admission that she herself is bisexual has not hurt her career as a columnist. But when it comes to stars, Smith accepts that Hollywood has special rules.
Hollywood was always the queen bee of don't ask, don't tell. You just couldn't be homosexual openly in those days. And I don't believe you can be today either.
This is the Hollywood rule that has changed the least. The same reasons why Hollywood kept secrets about gay romantic leading men like Rock Hudson still apply now. Hollywood decision makers understand that the romantic fantasy between viewer and screen idol depends on believability. If audiences know a star is actually gay, the romantic spell might be broken.
Once you have said you're gay, can you ever go back and disappear into people's fantasies of yourself as a straight actor? I don't know.
One thing that we can't seem to accept as an actor on a screen, if we know someone's gay and they're playing a straight love scene, well, he's just acting, isn't he? I mean, it never occurs to anyone that Anthony Edwards can't actually perform medicine, or that Anthony Hopkins has never actually eaten anyone. We buy that. That's what we love about going to the movies and watching television, is actors pretending to be things they're not. We totally buy it, except sex.
There are very few examples to test whether audiences can still believe in on-screen romance with a publicly gay actor. Anne Heche, who was dating Ellen DeGeneres at the time, played opposite Harrison Ford in 1998's 6 Days, 7 Nights.
People started warning me and saying, oh, you might lose your career and you might this. Well, what's more important? Nobody said, hey, you might lose love if you don't grab this while you can.
The film sold fewer tickets than expected, and Hollywood insiders believe that Heche's sexual orientation was at least partly to blame. This rare example may have reinforced the rules.
There are decisions that are being made not to cast gay people. Do you have a script?
Adam Shulman announced his same-sex marriage in Hollywood's Variety trade paper. Shulman works at AMG, a company that manages Hollywood careers, including those of gay actors.
Okay. I've been in meetings where I've heard people say, oh, that actor who's out of the closet will not get cast in that romantic lead role, straight role, because no one's going to believe it.
It's a business. People are here to make money.
Gay public relations executive Howard Bragman makes his money in the PR business. His career, like so many others in Hollywood, depends on keeping stars in the limelight.
If you're a superstar making X million dollars a movie, you're somewhere between a $25 and a $50 million industry a year. Well, you have your agent who's making 10% of that. You got your manager who's making 10 to 15% of that. They want to keep the gravy train coming in. So very few people in this business are going to say, you know, it's time for you to come out of the closet. Because they like their $200,000 a month that's coming in, and I don't blame them. It's all spin all the time that the world is coming to.
Basically, Bregman also steps outside Hollywood to teach a class about public relations. His students remind him that gay stars may not go over well with the public.
Ellen DeGeneres played a heterosexual woman getting married, and I think it kind of takes away some of the believability of what you're watching if you're watching a lesbian or a homosexual man or woman playing what would typically be a heterosexual.
Did you have trouble with Philadelphia? Did you find Tom Hanks wasn't credible as a gay man?
No, I absolutely did. I thought he was wonderful, but it just is somehow different watching it from the other way around.
Those who do business in Hollywood say they know their customers, and openly gay stars are just bad for business. But gay stars who are not open about it, that may be okay, as long as the public doesn't know. Here, Hollywood gets help from the massive press machine that covers the celebrities. The press has historically protected gay stars. But that may be about to change. Some reporters no longer want to guard Hollywood's secrets.
I just have one job here, and it's to tell the truth, and that shouldn't really be shaded by ticket sales. That's not my job.
Up next, cracking what's known as the glass closet.
MSNBC investigates tomorrow. Likable, friendly, but not just the guy next door. 8 times a killer. Tomorrow at 8 on MSNBC.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. If you want happy employees, help secure their financial futures. At the Principal Financial Group, that's what we do. We're the 401k leader and offer financial solutions for you and growing businesses. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for. A 4.5-liter V8. 340 horsepower.
Q45 is fast, even standing still. The new Q from Infinity.
As you can see, the terms are good. The rate is low. There are no points.
But...
Yes?
Can't you come down a little on the interest?
It's a very good offer.
Okay, then.
Great.
Thanks anyway. Next!
Want banks to compete over you? Come to LendingTree.com. Fill out one form and get up to 4 offers within hours. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com.
Headliners and Legends, tomorrow on MSNBC. He's been entertaining audiences for more than 5 decades.
He's so endearing.
But behind the scenes, this legendary performer was losing control.
That's when the drinking, I think, kicked in pretty good.
Who was the real Dick Van Dyke?
Dick's privacy, he's famous for it.
And how did he manage to get back on top? A personal look at this Hollywood icon. The Life of Dick Van Dyke on Headliners and Legends. Tomorrow at 10 on MSNBC.
The press has an especially awkward job when it comes to rumors that some of show business's hottest commodities might be gay. Guessing about possible celebrity secrets may sell magazines, but reporters can also lose precious Hollywood access if they go too far. When the press wants entree to the stars, they turn to someone like public relations executive Howard Bragman.
You have people like the tabloids who will out anyone, and you have people, high-profile national magazines who will do a cover story and agree ahead of time not to talk about a person's sexual orientation. So it really runs the gamut. Most legitimate press will not out somebody.
Today, journalists are grappling with a new phenomenon called the glass closet. It's where some celebrities live relatively public gay lives with the confidence that the press won't expose them. Mayor Rashan of New York Magazine is fed up.
I think the most important thing for journalists to remember is that you have one obligation, and that's to report the truth. We're talking about celebrities who, if they really wanted to protect their careers and felt really strongly about this issue, they could stay home. No one's forcing them to go out and, make out with their boyfriends in public or go to gay charities. And the idea is, like, if you want to live a public gay life, then don't expect the press to kind of cover that up.
I don't out people. I have inadvertently, but I don't. But it's my rule not to do that.
Liz Smith understands rumors. Exposing secrets about her own sexuality was her choice, and she feels that stars should have the same right.
I think the sex life of a movie star is probably really not our business unless they want to tell us something about it. If I saw a famous movie star kissing another man at a party or something, I don't think I wouldn't write that.
Variety's Peter Bart sees no point in dragging celebrities out of the closet.
It's not like they're political leaders who are making decisions about the fate of the world. Whether you're gay or not, the nature of your sexuality is simply not germane.
The buzzing and guessing, though, has become an American pastime. Who is? Who isn't? Often the same people show up on the list, whether or not they are, in fact, gay.
It's a natural curiosity, and the good news for those of us who market celebrities and TV shows and films is that there is an appetite for it. The bad news is there's an appetite for it, and you can't always decide what's public and private when you're a public figure.
I don't understand that. I don't know what drama is lacking in people's lives that they have to know who somebody's sleeping with. So you can move on with your life, Are people that stuck? I can't go to the store and get milk. I have to find out if this person is gay or straight. And then I can. So you'll have to die of thirst until I find out.
Sean Hayes has recently joined the company of celebrities whose sex lives are the subject of public speculation. The actor who plays the most flamboyant gay man on television chooses not to discuss his own sexual orientation.
If everything's going great and fine, there's no story. So people love to create stories, and you know, so people will buy their magazines and they make more money and blah blah blah. You know, it's whatever. Let's move on.
When celebrities are asked about their sexual orientation and choose not to answer, the press usually does move on. Journalists like Mayor Rashan may be the first sign that the rules are changing. In his recent article about the dilemma for the press, Rashan took a stand and mentioned by name celebrities whom he says appear in public with same-sex partners, protected by the mainstream press, while being the subject of speculation in the celebrity press.
People might ask, who gives a damn whether Rosie O'Donnell's a lesbian or whether Kevin Spacey is a gay man? And the fact of the matter is, apart from just reporting the truth and reporting their personal lives as they are, celebrities serve a very, very important function in our culture. We look to celebrities for inspiration and for values and for validation, which is why this is important.
Rosie O'Donnell does not comment on whether or not she's a lesbian, and Kevin Spacey contests rumors that he is gay. If the rules of the press are changing, that's good news for activists like Scott Sioman. He says that openly gay celebrities provide important role models for young people questioning their own sexual orientation. He wants the rest of the press to step up to the challenge.
My suggestion to you, the mainstream media, is go ahead and ask. Put them on the spot. Are you gay? Do you have a boyfriend? Because it's so powerful for them to step forward.
Whether straight or gay, many celebrities may not have realized that taking on-screen roles would make them fair game for someone else's cause.
I signed on to be an actor when I was 5 years old, you know. That's to entertain people. I don't take any responsibility for any political action at all. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of personality. God did not make me a crusader. God made me a funny actor. That's all I want.
For everyone who wants to focus only on the work, there is someone else in Hollywood for whom there's no choice but to challenge the rules. In a moment, the job gets even more personal. The contradictions we have seen surrounding gays in Hollywood cannot be separated from the strong feelings that exist out there beyond the factory walls of show business. Gays, like other minorities, want to reach that audience their way. Scott Sioman of the organization GLAAD often meets with film and television decision makers to nudge them away from what he considers damaging perceptions.
I'll hear from agents a lot saying, my client's reading for this role of a lesbian, do you know about it? And I'll say, yeah, it's fine, it was a great script. Or I'll say, we have concerns. Occasionally I'll hear, oh, well, what is there to do? I mean, Will and Grace is so popular. You know, you have to look beyond that. You list the things we haven't seen on television and we haven't seen in movies, and we list the basic human rights that the gay and lesbian community doesn't have because they are gay and lesbian in this country and in this world. And then people start to get it.
All gay people working in Hollywood reach their own decisions about how much of their personal identities will be allowed into their professional lives. While promoting actors, their shows, and their films, Howard Bragman also uses his public relations skills to influence people beyond the scope of his work.
I made sure it was known. You know, I've marched in parades and I've lent my name, and I think it's important.
Liz Smith can appreciate the changes she sees in the Hollywood rules, but she feels her rules don't need improvement.
I do write a lot about gay people, the ones that want to be written about, the ones that are out, the ones that are brave, the ones that don't care, the ones that are, you know, fomenting the revolution, but they never think that you've done enough. And I understand that. Revolutions are tough stuff.
Mayor Rashan is mounting his own revolution as a journalist, forcing gay issues that are important to him.
by the media refusing to cover the reality of gay lives, they're limiting the horizons of a lot of people who, like me, were growing up in Long Island or growing up in Boise, and are looking for themselves in popular culture. And that's changing, but it's not going to change. It needs to change more.
Jamie Babbitt, already an accomplished director, is aware that there's a less accepting world beyond the set, but she's not expecting it to change for her.
The more you think that there's all these people that are going to be out there to get you if you come out, then you're basically keeping the cycle going. And so you have to stop the cycle, and the way to stop the cycle is just to say, I'm just going to be who I am, and I'm going to work, and if I'm good at what I do, I'll be fine. And cut. Very nice. Okay, good.
Greg Berlanti dismisses the notion that he's trying to change what the audience thinks. He says he and his colleagues have no plan. They just want to bring their most personal experiences to their work.
Nobody has an agenda, or if they have an agenda, it just means that they want to tell the stories that they want to tell and who they are and what they are. If you're a storyteller and that's what you do, you got to find whatever the story is and you got to focus on that story and make it as good as possible and make it as strong as possible, and it will be heard. It will be heard, I think.
Michael Medved, for one, wouldn't mind if some Hollywood creators kept more of their personal stories to themselves.
There are a tremendous number of family-oriented Americans who just would like a little bit less attention to sexuality. I mean, the whole idea that that is how you are going to define yourself, I think is tiresome at this point. I mean, we've had several years of it. Let's give it a rest.
Show business manager Adam Schulman knows there's life beyond his job, and the choices he's made there speak for themselves.
Here comes the squash. Here it comes. I'm very happy being gay, and wouldn't change it. And I'm proud of it. At the AMG Christmas party, there were presents for my kids. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised by that. I probably shouldn't be. I think that shows how totally accepted we are.
Some of the most successful gays in Hollywood may not always be treated with such reverence when they step off the stage.
The discrepancy is very frustrating to me as someone who experiences all the success at Will and Grace, and then I will go home for Thanksgiving and a cousin will say to me, so where's what's his name? You know, it's still hard for people to talk about it in their homes, and I experience it even in my home, and that's always a little bit sad to me.
The outside world may lag behind Hollywood in its appreciation of the talents of gay men and women. But this is the story of gay Hollywood. Changing, working, coming out. What's happening in the minds of that big audience out there, that's a different story. It is too soon to tell how watching more gay characters on screen will affect the public's attitudes toward homosexuality off screen. Nor can we tell yet if the creative power that gays are exerting today will exist tomorrow. But we can say that a lot of Hollywood's closet doors will not likely be closed again. For MSNBC Reports, I'm Forrest Sawyer.
For information on upcoming programs, go to prime.msnbc.com.